happy Thursday. I am opening up the vlog. Am I any further in this stupid cat couch that I've been working on since last week? No. No, I'm not. The base of it needs to be 203 centimeters, which is a lot. So I basically need this part to reach the end of this part because this is at 100 centimeters, like it's folded at 100 centimeters. Then I'll measure the whole thing, and or at least measure from 100 centimeters, and go from there. But it's very annoying. I'm very tired of this part of the thing. This whole process has just been like a whole lot of the same thing over and over again. I didn't realize how huge this whole thing is, so it's definitely not going to be for my dolls. It is going to be for the cat. Lucky him. Another surface for him to lay on and drive me insane. But that's what I have going on right now. I am thinking about doing some rearranging in my office today or tomorrow. Not to my bookshelves or anything, but I am going to be rearranging my bookshelves as a whole. Like, they need to be rearranged. I got that next bookshelf and then promptly did nothing with it. So I need to rearrange stuff. I'm thinking about making my, the bookshelf that you guys see predominantly behind me, my like sapphics and favorites bookshelf, and then having maybe my series all on the other bookshelf and series and paperbacks on the other bookshelf, and then having my doll stuff like also on the bottom shelves of those things. But we will see. A lot of it, like a lot of the stuff that I have on the bottom shelves right now on one bookshelf is just stuff for printing, and I can put that over on the shelf that I have my printer on. So there's just a lot of things that I can be doing better, and I will be doing better. I also can and likely will move my sewing machine setup that I have in the closet out here, because there's a whole section of this office that I realistically am not using. So I can move it out here, and then I will have more access to those things, and then the closet will be more empty for me to put stuff in. But we'll see how that goes, because I just, I'm not sure. I also have like this wire grid thing on the back of one of my closet doors in here, and I don't use it for anything, so I'm thinking about taking it off, and then there's like yarn hanging on the back of it, and I may like flip that so that the yarn is on the outside of the door, because it's also preventing the door from closing. So I don't know, crochet things, organizing things. I've just been thinking about it, because when I'm bored I decide that I need to rearrange things. But am I going to rearrange my bedroom? No. Am I going to rearrange the living room? Absolutely not. My office? Yeah. I also want to rearrange things on my desk as a whole too, because I feel like it could be done in a more effective way. I am super tempted to, I like want to move my desk so that it's facing the door, but that would make filming next to impossible, and also would make my lighting nightmarish, so I'm not going to do that. But I want to. I think about it and I want to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Anyway, today I'm going to finish the Obelisk Gate. I only have like 15 minutes left in it. But I'm going to knock that out, and then I'm going to get 50% into Ninth House and 50% in The Haunting of Alexandria, which is the arc that I'm reading. At least 50% into those. That's the plan anyway. We will see. I also need to edit last week's vlog that I literally just closed out. But that is easy peasy. I'm not worried about that. I literally edited everything except for the part of me closing it out. So I just need to add that into the video, add audio, export it, upload to YouTube, call it a day. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'm a bit busy with work, but I think I kind of got it all under control. And then the cold is supposed to be letting up. I don't know if we're still in a winter storm warning. I keep opening everything but my weather app. I also really need to plug my Apple Watch in. Yeah, it's 37 degrees outside. That's the highest it's been in a while. It's gonna get up to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Crazy. 37 degrees in Celsius is 3, in case anybody needed that conversion. What is 45? Don't know. Can't do that math. I am hopeful that we like maintain this uptick though, because Saturday is visitation. I also think that it is our last visitation for, I don't want to have a one-on-one. I think it's our last regular visitation, meaning non-contact, and I think I've been able to schedule a visitation for the next 3 weeks after this week, and they are all contact. So I am very excited about this. I'm gonna get to hug my husband, and I will probably cry, and it's gonna be a whole thing. So I have to decide how much makeup I'm willing to wear to risk crying about. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I got stuff to do with work that I need to get done, but I will talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, good morning. It is Friday the 3rd. In bulk was yesterday. I was not prepared for it and did absolutely nothing for it. It's a little bit annoying on my part, but anyway. I'm just gonna open this up. Maybe it improves the lighting here. It doesn't always, but sometimes if I unlock my computer and have the monitors looking at me, there we go. We get better lighting. Crazy, right? Good morning. It's 7:30 in the morning, which is partially why the lighting in here actually sucks, is usually the earlier I film, the worse it is. I finished The Tropical Fissureds for Snow last night. It was the last book in the series. It hurt my feelings. I was sad about it. I'm still a little bit sad about it. Was I queer baited? Yeah. Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I also finished this morning The Haunting of Alexandria. Now, I don't know if you guys remember or if you've watched any of my other videos where I mentioned reading this, but I had low expectations for this because I expected it to be a contemporary with ghost aspects. I did not expect it to get scary, gory, or anything at all. Huh, I was wrong. It was contemporary and heavy as fuck. Like, it was incredibly heavy. One of the heaviest books I've read in a while. But the scary aspects were scary. So I was kind of impressed with that balance because I feel like that's not something that's usually done very well. And in this instance, it was done incredibly well. And the author's from San Antonio originally, which if you don't know, I used to live in San Antonio. I live not very far from San Antonio now, depending on your definition of not very far. My UK subscribers will disagree with what I consider not very far. Regardless, I'm very pleased with my reading. I feel like, oh yeah, I was like, why is it still so short? That's better. I'm very pleased with my reading. I didn't expect to get all of those done before even the day ended, so yay. So today I'm going to try and finish Ninth House, and then I will read Chimera by Mira Grant, and then probably start Hellbent today as well, and also probably start A Hunger of Thorns today. Maybe. It depends on how busy today is. I think I have one more meeting than usual today, so which I think is very manageable. I think that it's doable, basically. I also think I'm gonna do my nails. I talked about doing it a couple weeks ago, I think, like doing full nail set, and then I didn't, but my nails have gotten weirdly long. So, but I'm probably gonna put fake nails on because I miss doing them, but I don't want to buy them, so I'm gonna have to do them myself, which I'll probably do while I listen to Chimera. So yeah, Chimera is a 15-hour long audiobook, which means it will take 5 hours to finish in total. So I may get about 50% into it today and then listen to it tomorrow while I might go to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. And I don't know, we will see. We will see. This is the last weekend that I'm gonna have a regular visit with my husband, which is like through the glass window. And then after that we get contact visits. I'm gonna get to hug my husband and kiss his little face. And you get one hug and one kiss at the beginning and at the end. And you can hold hands on top of the table, not under the table, the whole time. Which physical touch is very heavily not my love language. I've talked about it many a time. I do not like to be touched. I despise being touched, actually. To the point that, like, when my husband and I, when he lived here, he would ask permission before touching me sometimes. He can read my vibe to be able to know when he needs to ask. And that's how much I don't like being touched, is that like even when it's my own husband, I'm like, but don't. I have to be like in the right mood. But it has been 10 weeks. It will have been almost 11 weeks by the time that I do get contact visits. So that's a very long time to not see your spouse, like not physically hug your spouse. We did long distance for a really long time, but even then I would see him every 4 weeks. So I will say there is some benefit to the fact that we did long distance for so long. It helps a lot with this. We literally, the first like 3 years of our relationship, he lived in California and I was in Texas, and he would drive down, not the first 3, maybe the first 2 years, he would drive down and for like important doctor's appointments, Valentine's Day, my birthday, and holidays, and then once a month for various other things, but he'd only be here for a few days and then he'd go. And then when he moved back to Texas, he still lived in the Austin area while I lived in the San Antonio area, which if you don't know is about a 2-hour drive, 2 to 3 hour drive, which I personally wouldn't class that as long distance, but I know many, many people would. And so we only saw each other on the weekends. I even made the joke the other day where I was like, man, we finally got to a point where I wasn't driving, because during that time he didn't drive due to the trauma. And I was like, man, we finally got to a point where I wasn't driving an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours to come see you every weekend. But now I'm driving an hour and a half to come see you every weekend again, because we got to joke about it to make ourselves feel better. Anyway, this is a really long and unnecessarily long update. I'm excited about contact visits. I'm excited that I have been able to schedule them, I think like 6 weeks out. My heart is full thinking about it. So I'm gonna get to reading. There's stuff I need to do, books I need to read. I'm gonna try and finish Ninth House right now. I'm gonna try and finish Ninth House. I only have this much left of it, and a big chunk of this is like extra because this is a special edition that Art gave me. So I'm gonna try and finish that, and then I will probably start another book. I don't know what I'll do after that, but that's my plan. I might buy Hellbent the audiobook because I don't know if I want to read it with my eyes. We'll see. I have a credit, so I could. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm gonna go. This is a very long update. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, good morning. HEB started carrying these. We're gonna try them out. We're gonna see what the vibe is, what the deal is. That was aggressive and kind of terrifying. Yeah, I'm heating up my curlers and do my hair and makeup to get ready to go see husband. Hooray! I did finish Ninth House, and I also read some other stuff. I finished Ninth House. I got 25% into the arc I'm reading, and I cannot think of what it's called right now, so ready to get 25% into it. I will say they keep talking, like mentioning being a redhead, and it's kind of weird. Like, it's enough that it's making me mildly uncomfortable. I like don't know what to do with that. It's just weird to me. Anyway, they mention being a redhead a lot. I'm also confused about, like, it seems modern day, but then it also doesn't. Like, they couldn't quite decide if it was going to be modern day or not, and it's a little bit confusing to me. So we will see. Today I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby after I get done getting ready. Well, they don't open until 9 and it's currently 7:59, so I'll probably have some time in between, but I am going to go to Hobby Lobby and look at gnomes. I also need foam for the cat couch that I've been in the process of making for a while, a week now. I just start to like fuck up my wrist, so I have to be kind of careful with it. And yeah, I just have to be careful with it. I don't remember the full rules of how to underpaint, so this could go really badly, and I'm going to take all of it off, and that'll be a lot of fun. I also did not start Hellbent, which is the sequel to Ninth House. I did not get a chance to start that, so you know.
This feels like a lot of makeup even for me. I do like the effect here, but I'm just not used to seeing no pores on my face. Because I usually only wear foundation if I'm doing like a ton of makeup. And now I have no pores and it's kind of scary. Anyway, we're gonna add some blush into this because there is none. It's a little bit terrifying. Yeah, didn't start Hellbent. I'm gonna try and start it today while I write reviews and stuff. And I'm also going to try and listen to Chimera, which is the third and final book in Parasitology, which I think I might recommend to husband. I have an ongoing list of books that I'm recommending him read, especially since we're on the final book of the Broken Earth trilogy together, so I'm gonna have to start the Obelisk Gate soon too. He's gonna finish that before I do. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, the Obelisk Gate is the book we're reading right now, and it was like, yeah, I'm reading a couple chapters in, and I was like, I'm not. I didn't know he could read as fast as me, and it's a little bit jarring. So next we're going to be reading Middle Game and Seasonal Fears by Shauna Maguire, which, as you guys know, is my favorite books. I don't think he's going to want the middle grade. We didn't talk about it though, but I don't think he's going to want the middle grade companions to those. I'm going to ask, obviously, but we have them here, and so I feel like middle grade, because he'd fly through them so quickly, it wouldn't be worth the purchase. So he can wait until we're home, till he's home. And then we're gonna do the Locked Tomb series by Tamsin Muir, which is the Gideon the Ninth books. Those are like a gay group chat favorite. I like them a lot, but they're definitely a book that's better if you read it a couple of times, all three of them. And I like that. Personally, I enjoy rereading books, and for him, you know, he got nothing but time. Bad joke, but he also has nothing but time. So I may like let him know, like, hey, these books are good, but they are better upon reread, which Middle Game is that way too. So he listened to Middle Game when we drove to Georgia and New Orleans in August, and so he listened to it with me because it was my favorite book, and he wanted to see what the deal was about because he bought me Seasonal Fears. I had the digital and the audiobook copy, and I was like, I want the physical copy, but can't afford it. Go wait, and it's this much money. And as I'm like whining about this, he sent me, Apple paid me the money. So yeah, so that's what we're reading next, and then Gideon. And like I said, he'll have time to reread it to understand it better. I don't know if he's gonna enjoy Gideon, if I'm being honest. I think it might be a little bit too hard to follow. And I also don't think there's like a whole lot of, I think he likes like familial connection in books to hold his attention, because those are the things that he likes in real life, is familial connection. And so I think that could be a problem for Gideon. But we'll see, he could surprise me, he always does. And then the rest of the books that I have on this list is You Always Cry at Endings by S.J. Whitby. That's not out yet, but I think I talked about this in a vlog, but S.J. gave me an early copy, and I can't stop talking about this book. It was so good, especially like coming from the Cute Mutants universe, like into something new. You always are a little bit wary reading something from an author that isn't their usual universe, right? Or at least I do. And I think SJ did a wonderful job with this. I think it came out really great. I need to go. It was such a good book. It was like weird and fun. I don't know. And then The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan He. I have read this book a couple of times. It is like an end-of-the-world dystopian sci-fi, and I just really enjoyed it. And then The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. He's gonna love that book. I already know he's gonna love that book. I probably should put it above The Ones We're Meant to Find, if it gets through the mail route. That's always a pending thing, you know. And then The First Sister series by Lyndon A. Johnson. Those were the last books that like I had on my list for him. But then I got a couple of recommendations from people. The Wayfarer series by Becky Chambers, which I would agree with for sure. I think he'd like those. And the Sorrowland by River Solomon. I think he would enjoy it, Maybe he's not as big of a horror reader as I am, or a horror content consumer as I am. But I have to call the mailroom to confirm that it won't get declined because of the content. Because if I remember correctly, there's like some pretty blatant descriptors of body parts and sex, which is not allowed in Texas. That's illegal. Yeah, so basically, if you think they would put it on a banned books list for Texas public schools, I probably can't send it. Comfort Me with Apples is another one. I totally forgot about this book, and I think he would like this book, but also recognize why I like this book. Religious Trauma Besties. And so I think that's like a win-win all around for everybody involved. And then the Southern Reach trilogy by Jeff Vandermeer, I also will need to either reread it or confirm with the mailroom that it'll be fine. I haven't read it in a while, so I don't know. Anyway, those are the recommendations and also the going list. If you guys have any recommendations, I think he likes like weird sci-fi. It's kind of the vibes that we're getting right now. Weird sci-fi, weird fantasy. So if you guys have any recommendations, I will happily take them. But I'm gonna go. My pets are running around like crazy right now, and I need to go make sure that they're not doing anything stupid. So I'm gonna go. Okay, thanks, bye.
Good morning. It is Monday the 6th. I didn't update over the weekend because I had a really good weekend and I just didn't feel like updating. We went to do our visitation, and I think I said, it was supposed to be non-contact, like our last non-contact visitation. They let us do contact, and it was on photo weekend, which means we also got an updated photo. I almost cried. He almost cried. Yeah, you really underestimate how much you miss hugging your spouse until you're not allowed to legally for 10 weeks, almost 11 weeks. Yeah. It was a lot emotionally, but it was good. None of it was bad. But it was just a lot emotionally. And it was so good to be able to just like talk and not have to worry about passing the plastic phone back and forth between his father and I, and getting to hold his hand. All of that. It was just really nice. And it was also nice to be able to eat like snacks together. Just like those little things you just don't think about. And both of us were like, oh, I would have looked different or done this differently if I had known. Like I didn't obviously do my nails, all of that stuff. And I'm like, oh, I would have had nails and stuff done if I had realized that this was what was going to happen. Yesterday I just read a little bit more of Chimera by Mira Grant. I didn't finish it, but I just read a little bit more of it. My plan today is to finish it today and then try and get at least 50 to 75% into Hellbent, and then also 50 to 75% into the advanced reader copy that I cannot think of the name of. What is it? A Hunger of Thorns. I have not thought about that book since I read it last. That's not a good sign. But that's my current plan for the day. We'll see how much I get done. I have a lot of meetings today, so I might not get any of that reading done, but that's my goal. I am almost done with making the crochet project I've been working on, the cat couch, but it's taking a very long time because this thing is huge. You'll see when it's done. I'm working on the armrests now. It's gonna take a long time. But yeah, that's what I have going on. That's what I'm doing. I'm feeling a little bit nauseous this morning and I don't know why. That's suspicious. That's weird. But yeah, I am going to finish my coffee, keep listening to Chimera. Oh, my husband and I did start The Stone Sky. I got a little bit into it, like 4 chapters in. He's ahead of me now. I think he's like 6 or 7 chapters in, but they didn't turn the lights on, or they turned the lights off early yesterday, so he didn't get as much reading time as he would have liked because of that. And by early, I mean before 5 o'clock they turned the lights off. Anyway, I am going to also probably edit a little bit of the vlogs, and I think that's it. I think that's all I have planned. I really need to get look into what releases are coming out this year, because I usually do like a top sapphic releases that I'm excited about, or top releases that I'm excited about. I do them pretty much every year, but I haven't. I also am probably going to do my reading the Chain of Iron, Chain of Gold, whatever, in 24 hours. I've done it every year. The next book is coming out. I do have the Fairy Loot edition ordered. So when that comes in, I'll probably be filming that too. Will I stay up for 24 hours? No. That just worked out last time because I had to stay up for a sleep study. This time I don't have to stay up, so I will not be, but I will probably spend like a Sunday just reading. Anyway, I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to do before actual work starts, like stuff for Bella and whatever. So I'm gonna go, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Okay, thanks, bye. Good morning. It is Tuesday the 7th. I have a doctor's appointment at 9:30, so I will be leaving here in about an hour. 7:30. Not an hour, in about 30 minutes. I finished Hellbent. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. 4 stars. I think I would say 4 stars. I appreciated where it went. I'm just like, are we gonna get another book, or like, is this it? Because after Ninth House took so long to have Hellbent, I'm just like, we'll see. You know, like I have very low expectations for it. I am currently listening to The Stone Sky. I'm going to switch over to reading it with my eyes though, as I have time. And so I'm going to read a little bit of that before I go. And then on my drive, I might listen to The Favorite Sister. I own it physically, so my plan was to read it, but the audiobook is on Libby, and so I may do that instead. I don't know. Or I'll listen to music. It really doesn't matter. But I'm gonna do one or the other. I don't know. Hopefully today is not a busy work day because my anxiety's been a little bit high. I don't know why. I think it's just because I think that, so when I have my doctor's appointments, I generally see the PRN, which is just like the nurses. I've never seen the actual doctor at my doctor's office, and that's fine. I would prefer that. But I think I am seeing the actual doctor today, and that's weird, and it makes me nervous because of the whole Adderall shortage thing. I'm just like worried that it's regarding that, and they're like changing how they prescribe it to adults. I have my entire like report still, the whole thing where they like said, yep, you have ADHD. I have all of that, so I can bring that to the doctor if I need to. And I might bring it to this appointment just in case, like have it in the car. Because I don't want them to just suddenly be like, oh, they're gonna maybe change this, so we're gonna preemptively just take you off your meds. Because I would not be able to function if that were the case. I can't go back to how life was before. I cannot go back to being that depressed and anxious all the time, especially not with what I'm going through right now. I just can't do it. It will make me lose it. And I just can't do that. I don't have the time to do that or put myself at that risk. So that's how I feel about that. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I finished Hellbent. Gonna start The Favorite Sister. I want to try and finish A Hunger of Thorns, not because I'm enjoying it. Actually, the opposite. I'm not enjoying it, and I want it to be done. I'm still confused about whether this is modern or not. I'm not having a good time. I don't understand where it's going. I'm just not having a good time, and it feels very confusingly written. On top of it, the formatting, when I had it sent to my Kindle, is bad, so that doesn't help either. Trying to read it from the Adobe Reader app makes me want to bang my head on a desk. So there's just a lot of things that I'm not having a fun time with on this experience. So yeah, we will see. But I am going to read, like I said, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye. Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 8th of February. I finished the Whatever of Thorns arc, The Hunger of Thorns. It was not a good book. The review is going to be fun to write, but it was not a good book. And also the consistent references to redheads was really fucking weird. And I like talked to my friends about it because I was like, is there something here that I need to know about that, like, if I reviewed this positively I would get shit for because I'm uneducated or what? We couldn't figure anything out, like, we could figure that there has been ongoing, like, bias against redheads. Duh, I knew that. I have redheaded nieces and nephews, and they have been getting shit since birth, which is crazy to me for people to shit on literal children, but anyway. So yeah, I knew that that was a thing, but I don't know, it's just weird, just weird vibes. And the book wasn't good, none of the characters were likable, literally none of them were likable, so it was like, all of you are wrong, all of you are bad at communicating, and all of you are horrible people, so who am I rooting for here? Like, you're all selfish, terrible people. What's the point of this book exactly? I don't know. It wasn't good. I didn't have a good time. I also got about 75% into the Stoneless Sky, the Stone Sky, whatever the last book in the Broken Earth trilogy is. I did get about 75% into it, but my husband has not. He's only like 50% into it, so I am not reading it at all today, so that he's got some time to catch up on it. Which is actually good because it means that I can finish The Favorite Sister. The Favorite Sister is, it's the thriller by Jessica Knoll. I started it yesterday on my way, this book. I started it yesterday on my way home from the doctor's office, or to and from the doctor's office, and that was all well and good. Also, my doctor was like, you know, you can get like a 40 or a 90-day prescription, right? And I was like, huh? What? No, I don't know that. What are you talking about? So we'll see. Also, yes, I am cracking the spine on this. It's because it's thick as hell. Like, it's a very thick book, all right? Nobody give me grief. it needs to be cracked, so. And it's my book, so. Anyway, this is like a thriller that's kind of like if Real Housewives was a thriller, except that it's not really all that thriller-y, so that's kind of a bummer. I don't hate it, I'm just like, okay. Like, I've read better things, you know? And I think that might be kind of what this author's whole deal is. Just thinking about The Luckiest Girl Alive book, well, I didn't read the book, I only read the movie, watched the movie, but that I would not have classed as a thriller. It was more just a contemporary. And I think that this is kind of like a contemporary look at the Me Too movement. I feel like this is also going to be that. I was enjoying it, but the further I get into it, the more I'm like, can we get to the point? So we'll see. But I'm going to finish this today, and then I'm going to start Over the Woodward Wall and maybe finish it today. And then if I do finish it, I will read The Salt Lake Sea. I think Scribd has those books in their thing too, so if that's the case, that will save me a lot of time, effort, etc. We will see though. But that's it. That's all that's going on. I just thought I would do a quick update. Obviously I'm going to close the vlog out tomorrow, so we will see how that goes. But anyway, give it a go. I hope you guys are having a great day. Okay, thanks, bye. Good morning. Normally my computer screens light my face up, so but it's restarting because for some reason it's saying that there's no Wi-Fi, which is not true. So because I've been literally using it all day. So we're gonna move you here. Hopefully that's better. Hi, it's Thursday the 9th, February the 9th, and I am gonna lose my mind because my thing is apparently not registering my keyboard. Hold please. Hopefully that worked. I'm gonna close out the vlog though. I did go ahead and finish all of the Over the Woodward Wall books, all 3 of them, so I finished all of those yesterday. And then I finished all of those yesterday. And I also finished The Favorite Sister, which wasn't the best. It was fine. I rated it 3 stars. I've just definitely read better, you know? But I finished that, and I feel like I finished another book as well. No, that was it. That was it. So yeah, I'm gonna close out the vlog here though. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you didn't enjoy it, it's my life, I understand. I also don't tend to enjoy it. And if you did enjoy it, great. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. I will talk to you guys next week. Okay, thanks, bye.